Hey, good morning everyone. I'm Kane, and today we're going to talk about nouns. So what are nouns? Nouns are a person, a place, or a thing. So noun is pretty much anything you can touch. It's a really good way to remember what a noun is. It's anything you can touch. So it's a person, like a baseball player, a place, like a temple, or a thing, like a pencil. Some examples of nouns that are places. So places you can visit, like school, a neighborhood, a place where you live, a state, so Minnesota, a bank, a cabin, a farm, and a garden. So these are all places you can visit. So any place, kind of like just like this, you could visit, and it's a noun. Some person nouns, job titles such as a doctor or a teacher, names, so Tom, Sally, Jim. Those are all person nouns. Friend, man, woman, child. Those are all person nouns. Some other person nouns are animals. So pretty much any animal you can think of is a noun. So a dog, a bee, a cat, a bear. Those are all person nouns. Some thing nouns. Some thing nouns are books, shoes, pencil, paper, shirt, pants, and hat. Or what I like to do is just look around the room. Anything you can touch, such as a cup, or a pencil, or an eraser, or a desk, or a book, or really anything. It is a noun. So it is a thing noun, if you can touch it. What they are and what they are not. So as we've gone over, a noun is a person, place, or thing. And a good way to remember it is if you can touch it, it's a noun. If you can't touch it, it's not a noun. Now what do you mean if you can't touch it? Well, words such as action words and describing words. So a verb, which is an action word, jump, attack, walk. Those are all actions. Those aren't going to be nouns. And describing words, so adjectives. So words such as fat, small, tall, blue, green, long, and short. Those are all describing words. Those are not nouns. So together, we're going to pick out the nouns in the sentences. So the dog jumped. At this time, students would have time to think about the word and the noun and figure out what it is. So we have the dog jumped. Well, jumped is a verb. It is an action, so that is not a noun. Dog is the noun. It is an animal, which is a person noun. So the dog jumped. We have dog. Their cat is big. When we look at this, big is a describing word. And cat, well, that's an animal, so it is also a noun. Jordan is at school. School and Jordan are the only two words that would be nouns in this sentence. They are a person and a place. So the doctor is from Minnesota. Well, from isn't a noun, it's not a person, place, or thing. But we have doctor in Minnesota. Doctor is a person, and Minnesota is a state. So doctor in Minnesota. I have a pen and pencil. Well, pen and pencil would be the only two things, which are the nouns. We're going to continue to pick out some more nouns in sentences. The student is 12. Well, 12 isn't a person, place, or thing, and it is not something you can touch, so it is not our noun. Student, yeah, student would be our noun. It is a person. He hit the ball out of the park. Well, hit is an action, so it's not that. Ball, yeah, it's a thing. It is a noun. And park is a place. So these are the two nouns, ball and park. He came to class late. Well, class is our only place, and that would be our noun. The gorilla is fat. Well, fat is a description word. And gorilla is an animal, so that is our noun, gorilla. The banana is yellow. Banana is a fruit, so it is a thing, and it is a noun. Yellow is a describing word. So in this, I want you guys to look at these words, and when I get a chance, I'm going to go over each word and circle it. And you are going to put a finger up in the air, and you're only going to put a finger up if it is a noun. If it is not a noun, I want you guys to sit quietly at your desk and just wait until I move on to the next word. So at this time, students would put one finger in the air if it is a noun. So cat, at this time the students would put a finger in the air. Dog, at this time a student would put a finger in the air. Jump, no students would put a finger in the air. Loud, no students would put a finger in the air. And we would continue down with Tom, students would put a finger in the air. Park, students would put a finger in the air. Bear, students would put a finger in the air. And brown, they would not. And they would continue on each noun, and non-noun, they would not put a finger up in the air. So banana, which is a noun, car. Fat, they would not put a finger up, it is not a noun. Hug, not a noun. Baseball is a noun. Pass is not a noun. Small is not a noun. Yell is not a noun. Cereal is a noun. Scarf is a noun. Tiger is a noun. And boy is also a noun. So in this, I'm having the students, I'm going to have you guys look at each word picture and describe what words are the nouns in these pictures. And at this time, I want the students to be looking for shirt, pants, shoes, rat, couch, soda, looking for those words from each student to describe. And not something like messy, which is not a noun. In this one, I'm looking for pants, shoes, shirt, jump rope, boy, things like that. I do not want the students to say jumping, because that is not a noun. In this one, we are trying to avoid the word messy, but we want things such as tie, pants, shoe, drawer, a man, newspaper, things like that. And in this one, we're looking for articles of clothing on the man and the thermometer, so something like the hat or the scarf or the tie. And this is a worksheet that will be handed out to the students at the very end, and it will be left up on the board. And they will have time to work on this worksheet. And on this worksheet, they need to underline the noun in each sentence. So they're going to look at the noun, and they're going to underline it. So in this first sentence, look at the cow. They would underline, or they could circle, the cow, which is a noun. Look is not a noun. Look is a verb. And they would continue to go through here, and you would walk around and observe them as they are doing that. Nouns. What are nouns? Well, nouns, I want the students to answer, are a person, place, or thing. Or it can be something that they touch. So that's all acceptable answers. And does anyone have any fun nouns in mind? Mine is the word puck, because it represents my favorite sport, hockey. I know whenever I'm reading a sentence and the word puck is in it, it's usually involving hockey. So to me, that is my favorite noun. Do you guys have any favorite nouns? And at this time, the students would answer with any favorite noun that they had in mind. This is a good chance for discussion and making sure that the students know what are nouns and what aren't. Thanks for viewing my PowerPoint.